Ultra Majin Vegeta, an Ultra that released after the 6th anniversary, just about before the 2024 festival, and is somehow still ruling over PvP today. Not saying he's the best unit in the game, but a lot of people are in agreement that he is hitting a top 3 standard, meaning that he's able to counter almost every single unit, including, and especially, one of the 7th anniversary headliners, Super Saiyan Blue Evolution Vegeta. And that's just of type advantage. There are so many other factors that make Ultra Majin Vegeta so menacing, and the fact that he's been able to last for this long clearly makes him one of Dragon Ball Legends' biggest mistakes. But why is that? Question for you guys in the comment section: do you hold more positive emotion to Ultra Majin Vegeta, or overall more negative emotion? Me personally, it's not good. It's not good. Let's get into this. Right, so before I go into anything, I think it's good to set the tone. Ultra Majin Vegeta releasing in 2024 after the 6th anniversary. What I'm trying to say here is that him releasing in modern Dragon Ball Legends, every unit that releases after him is going to be especially good or be built in a way where it's harder to compete. The featured boost existing and all these new mechanics increasing on top makes it so that units are less likely to age up to a year. So if a unit is able to do that, they are truly the exception. In the past, we've had units that have aged over a year, even reaching 2 years, to mention some of the GOATs: Ultra Gogeta Blue, Ultra Vegito Blue, Legends Limited Gogeta Blue. I'm sure you guys get the point. But back then, there's less competition because there's less new mechanics releasing, or at least the mechanics that existed around that time weren't as great as the ones that we see today, especially with how they're building some of these units. So I think that's an important factor to consider when you look at Ultra Majin Vegeta and you're seeing him age this well, because it's only getting harder to age better as time goes forward. So we gotta look at Ultra Majin Vegeta and really break down what makes him so great, because he is genuinely a full package, and if you have this unit, you can do a lot just with him alone. I'm not gonna go through his whole kit. I'm only gonna bring up the key factors that you should really note for why he's such a menacing unit in Dragon Ball Legends. So first thing you should note is that he is an element yellow unit, and what's so special about him is that he has a counter gauge. Now this counter gauge is like Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta's, implying that it works on cover changes on any type of switch unless a unit is able to counter gauges. Now it's specifically tailored for blast attacks, and once the blast goes off, he will counter it and he will get a blue card off that counter, meaning that he's guaranteed to do damage unless you have a unit that can seal blue cards. He can do this 3 times a game, and what's crazy is every time the auto counter activates, no switching is activated, so you can't even save whoever's on the battlefield. He has endurance, but endurance on its own isn't that special. But the main catch about him is that he's able to cancel buffs as well against everything pretty much. So special moves, ultimates, awakened arts, only rising rushes can break through him. But if you do manage to pop his endurance, he's gonna heal, destroy all the enemy strike arts, take your Dragon Balls, and he's gonna seal your main ability too. So he already sounds annoying, right? But that's only the surface. He also has an explosive green card, which means it's very easy for him to start combos. He can just vanish explosive green, get close explosive green, and that's going to give him 2 cards if he has 3 or fewer, allowing him to extend his combo and get cover no, and bear in mind that can chain everything. And the fact that it can chain everything is the biggest problem. His ultimate arts, Big Blast Cannon. The craziest thing about this is that it has no switching when the ultimate is activated. This means once he presses that ultimate, whoever's on the battlefield is guaranteed to take that damage. So if you're a unit that doesn't have endurance, indestructible, any type of survivability, you are going down without failure. Ultra Majin Vegeta is taking you down. He does a crazy amount of damage just off that ult, and the fact that you can't escape really rubs it in the wrong way. Now something interesting to note is that there's been a lot of reds that have dropped since Ultra Majin Vegeta has dropped, and none of them have succeeded in completely wiping him out, which is the craziest thing. Let's go through them. So we had Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. This guy's a combo merchant, but he's gonna have a lot of blast arts in his deck. He's a range type unit, but his damage just wasn't up to par, and he's also on the same team Ultra Majin Vegeta can fit on, Majin Buu Saga. So this guy wasn't the right guy to take him out. We have Super Saiyan Goku Mini. This guy here dropped in the festival, and when he gets his gauge filled, his blue card can snipe people. He can nullify endurance, but Ultra Majin Vegeta cancels buffs if the blue card is pressed. So this guy also failed in taking out Ultra Majin Vegeta. We next up have Fusion Zamasu. Now Fusion Zamasu, some people think he's not good, but the way I see it, this unit is made to be built defensively. So he's not meant to be that offensive guy that's meant to take people out. He's meant to work around his gauge where he's able to break things, and then on the offensive end, he can do damage, but that's not his key factor more than anything else in my opinion. His damage numbers just aren't great great enough to be the unit that will take out Ultra Majin Vegeta. And again, Ultra Majin Vegeta can cancel buffs, so Majin also not that guy to take out Ultra Majin Vegeta. Now the last guy we have to mention is Ultra Perfect Cell. Now this unit here is the perfect unit to take out Ultra Majin Vegeta. Being a red unit that does insane damage, his ultimate has a tap action art, so the ultimate is going to nuke, and he can permanently nullify endurance, which means he can get through. Even if Perfect Cell triggers Ultra Majin Vegeta's gauge, Cell also has endurance and can also cancel buffs, so Majin Vegeta won't be able to do damage back. Even if he hits that mandatory blue card, Cell's red, type advantage, so he's going to take the hit, so he'll be completely fine. And I will not lie, during Cell's release, he had Majin Vegeta on complete ropes. But right when you think it's clear for Ultra Majin Vegeta to be absolutely annihilated, there's a unit that drops to steal the show. Legends Limited Super Saiyan 4 Goku alongside with all of the Daima crew. Now this blue existing and the Dragon Ball Daima team being formed so strong, it did not allow Cell to run free and own the game, at least not for long. So Daima and Super Saiyan 4 Goku putting Cell in check meant that Ultra Majin Vegeta had a bit more life on him. I wish somebody would have done that for Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, but no man, they just kept dropping buff cancellation and endurance units alongside yellow units to really lock him down. So Ultra Majin Vegeta was allowed to live another day, and to make it even worse, we now start the 7th anniversary and they drop MUI Goku, another blue unit. So the only unit that was doing a good job of stopping Ultra Majin Vegeta, one of the most, if not the most, toxic units of 2024, simply cannot operate in the way that he needs to. So Ultra Majin Vegeta is running free, Cell's pretty much on lockdown, blues are more powerful than ever, and Saiyans have got more life, which means Ultra Majin Vegeta is able to take control of the game, as he's currently on one of the best teams in the game, which should go without saying. Now I want to talk about a big factor that helped in increasing Ultra Majin Vegeta's life, because he may not have lived as long as he did depending on what was around him. So around the time of his release, there was already an Avengers task force being lined up to take out Ultra Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, the 6th anniversary Ultra. And Ultra Majin Vegeta, he's one of those guys that are going last to really put the nail in the coffin, even though Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta was already on his way out, if not already dead. You know, if this is the gorilla versus 100 of us, Ultra Majin Vegeta, even though he's one of the strongest guys on the task force, he's going in like 70th. He should be going in top 10 first. Why is he waiting so long? But anyways, the meta was basically in a place where it was under control, so it made it a lot easier for him to take the #1 spot, only naturally. Then on top of that, he's got other super soldiers dropping in right around him at the 60th place. We have Triku, Ultra Turles, and then we've got even more super soldiers dropping in after the fact. So we get Super Saiyan 2 that transforms into Super Saiyan 3 Goku in the festival, and then Ultra Beast Gohan just to tie it down nice and tight. This is crazy. So his spawn point, the origin point, already made it crazy tough. And that's not even mentioning all the units on Majin Buu Saga. For example, Ultimate Gohan, Evil Majin Buu, Super Saiyan 3 Gotenks. I did mention the Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3 Goku, but he released way later, which is why I did that. So he really had all the odds in his favor. So having a strong start and then also having the longevity because you're already that good, and then finishing strong, and he's nowhere near done. So this is in his like mid ages. This is like the LeBron of aging, because he's fighting against the modern era. That's tough. That's tough. But this segment's really to emphasize it's not just he's him, but he is him. Do not get it twisted. But he also had a super team. This is literally the Golden State Warriors. Steph Curry is still that guy, but he had KD and Klay Thompson. This is a very solid unit surrounded by other superstars too. Only makes sense that he's able to age this long. So the big question is, how do you stop Ultra Majin Vegeta? And honestly, I think Cell was the closest we're gonna get, because if they drop another Cell or a unit built in the exact same way as Cell, then it would make the meta a complete mess, because then you have new combinations, and God forbid Ultra Majin Vegeta just fits on those combinations. So I don't really think there's going to be an opportunity to stop him. I think the devs have other priorities on their hands. For example, they're gonna drop an Ultra this celebration, then they're probably gonna go out their way to counter that Ultra, or if not that, we currently have to deal with MUI Goku, and the existence of Daima is still lingering. So with all of these factors around, Ultra Majin Vegeta, a unit that released in 2024, if they're prioritizing cancelling him out of the meta instead of all these other units that they're releasing that are also as valuable, I think they're doing something wrong. So I don't think there's an answer for how. It's really just a factor of him having to age out so that we're able to get around him. His kit is way too solid for him to just disappear. People always opt in because there's so much security in using him. Having the survive survivability, the ease of starting a combo, the long combos, and having also the counter with the explosive green lock-in ult. There's so much going on in this one unit. While having a strong element, it's too safe to play him, so why would people not? I would usually have an answer for this type of thing, but I really think it's just one of those that will happen within time, and there's nothing we can do at this current moment. And I'm sure the devs know this too, but they have to really put the eggs in the right basket. Are they going to prioritize a unit from 2024, or are they going to focus on the units that they're releasing now, which will change the game? I guess we could hope for a new mechanic that really switches things about, but for now, Ultra Majin Vegeta, you're going free, man. You are going free. That's going to be the end of the video. Ultra Majin Vegeta, I truly despise this unit. Not just because he's super good, but I got shafted so heavily, and he was the catalyst for why I'm currently free to play. I can't fathom how annoying this unit is to me. But I know a lot of you guys do enjoy this unit, because if any Vegeta unit deserves to be good, it's this one, man. They've been holding Vegetas for a long time, so congratulations. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. If you haven't already, make sure to press the subscribe button on this grind to 200,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys for watching, man. My name's Zakashi, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one, man.